everybody. All right, so now we're on the beautiful patio here at Waterloo Brewing. I'm just gonna give you a quick spin around and we're gonna grill that perfect steak. So what we gotta do first, we gotta talk a little bit about what we're gonna do with that steak before we put it onto the grill. Then we're gonna get the grill nice and hot and show you exactly how to grill it. So first, we're gonna talk a little bit about these steaks. So we got these 4 beautiful New York strips from Brady's Meats that we picked up earlier. And you'll notice on these 2 here, got a little bit of salt. And these 2 over here, we've got them actually sitting in our perfect steak marinade. Now normally I just take these 2 steaks and I put them into a resealable bag. Resealable bags are way easier to work with when you're using marinade, because essentially you've got contact on the steak everywhere. When you've got them in a bath like this, you basically have to flip them over at some point. So I'm gonna reach in here, flip the steak over, and you're gonna get more exposure for the marinade on the steak. You put them in a resealable bag, you don't have to worry about this. It's always got surface contact. So 2 steaks marinating, 2 steaks they're gonna be dry rub. So on these 2 steaks here, we've actually got them sitting in some salt. And we've had them sitting in that salt for about 30 minutes now, just so that we can actually help them get a better texture when they cook, pull a little bit of the moisture out, and so on. We're gonna take these 2 steaks and we're gonna dust them with the perfect steak spice rub, and we're gonna toss them onto the grill. So before we do that, marinade contains oil. You can see in this one bottle that we left separated, there's a good amount of cooking oil that separates onto the top of the marinade. Marinades are packed with oil, so you don't actually have to you don't have to oil the outside of the steak, because there's already oil in that marinade itself. When this goes onto the grill, it's going to be oily on the surface. That's going to help us keep them from sticking to the cooking grates. With these steaks, we'll want to oil them lightly, and then we're going to rub them down. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to grab the handy oil sprayer. Actually, Jeremy, can you help me out? Can you grab the oil sprayer? We're going to spray these down a little bit with some cooking oil and then dust them. All right. And you just want to spray on in there. And it doesn't have to be too much. Really, we're looking for just enough to keep it from sticking to the cooking grates before we get the rub onto it. And then same thing on the other side here. Okay. And then the next thing we want to do is dust. So Jeremy, can you grab some perfect steak spice there? So like Rob was saying when we were at the butcher shop, he's got these things trimmed down nicely, but we still left some fat on here. We're going to show you exactly what that's for when we get to the grill, but you want to leave some fat on here because it protects this meat, gives it that much more flavor, and a lot of this, as it breaks down, that's that vaporization, that grilled flavor that you taste. All right, ready? Dust away. So you notice the perfect steak rub here is fairly fine. If you've got a coarse barbecue rub, think about how much of it's going to fall off into the grill when you rub it down. If it's something that you could actually apply after the steak is grilled too, to season up when it's done, maybe that's something worth considering. Big pieces are really easy to burn. Just hit that end a little bit more. Big pieces are really easy to burn. They burn up in your grill, they burn on the surface of your steak. There's only so much char that we enjoy tasting. We've got these rubbed down. Any of that stuff that falls off into the edge of the board, we basically just take the steak, turn it up on its side, get the sides as well. Okay, so those are ready for some heat. And then over here, we've got these marinated. They're actually going to sit for a little bit longer just to get some more flavor stuck to the outside of them. So let's take a walk over to the grill here. So we're hot, really hot. We want to get this down to around 550 before we grill our steaks. We've got the temperature turned down right now to get there to a nice medium-low. Preheat on high, and then turn it down after you've cleaned your cooking grates. So these guys were fairly dirty when we started this up. They've been brushed down. They're nice and dry right now. And then for our test, we've got a Rod stainless cooking grate in here as well. Before we grill on these, we're going to get the temperature in the Rod stainless down a little bit more so that nothing sticks. And for the cast here, we just want to make sure we have it nice and seasoned before the steak goes on. Oil on the meat's really essential, but oil on your cooking grates is also important to have too. So oil your grates before you grill. Make sure the meat's nice and oily. It's going to prevent things from sticking, especially at high temps. In any case, stay tuned. More to come in the next video.